Occurred, the 16th of May 2016, 15 hours 34 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Noblesville, in, USA. Shape: unknown. Duration: east. No of observers. One stationary flashing red light in eastern sky. Went on for 3 to 4 minutes, then slowly moved down out of my sight. Clear skies.
Occurred, the 29th of November 2016, 0 hours 17 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Fishers, in, USA. Shape: triangle. Duration: 10 seconds. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object. I was driving northbound on State Route 37 at approximately 12:17 a.m., heading out of Fishers, and into Noblesville, when I saw it. The craft was southwest of my location. The craft appeared to be triangular. It had 3 bright white lights that were aligned parallel and nearly touching at the top of the craft. The craft also had 2 blue lights, one at each 2 lower corners. The craft looked as if it was perpendicular and pointing up towards the sky. The craft appeared to be totally motionless. What drew my attention to the craft is it looked as if there was a spotlight shining on it. It had a circular glow around it. As I was watching, the craft just disappeared. No movement or anything, it just vanished right in front of me.
Occurred, the 29th of March 2020, 21 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Noblesville, in, USA. Shape: light. Duration: 1 minute. No of observers. 1 series of star-like lights traveling the same path and then disappearing. I saw what I initially thought was a satellite traveling through the sky. It was a light almost like a star. It wasn't an airplane, it didn't have any flashing lights, there was no sound, and it was much higher than an airplane. As I watched it travel for about 20 seconds, it suddenly disappeared. I then looked around and saw a series of exactly the same star-like lights traveling in the exact same path from northwest to southeast. There were approximately 5 of them, traveling in the same path, the same distance behind the next one, and each of them disappeared as they reached the same location in the sky. The entire process lasted approximately 1 to 2 minutes. They must have been traveling extremely fast, much faster than an airplane would travel to cover as much distance as they were covering in that amount of time.
Occurred, the 3rd of August 2021, 3 hours 45 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Noblesville, in, USA. Location details: directly outside bedroom window. Woke up to the probe hitting my window on accident. Shape: diamond. Duration: 5 to 10 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, emitted other objects, marks found on body. Afterwards tapped on my window, woke me up, and basically pulled out a tool that seemed to zap my balls or something. So I always distinctly remember what my dreams are and what are not, and I wake up all the time in my sleep, but I feel right back to sleep after this. Didn't move the entire time. I knew what was happening and honestly wasn't surprised at all, and that probably put me back to sleep knowing I was right all along. But anyways, I woke up the next morning with pain in my balls and knew they probed, analyzed my manhood in some way, and didn't want to come forward with this until now. This was about 2 years ago, and I imagine there could be other similar stories if I wasn't dreaming.
Occurred, the 11th of December 2021, 4 hours 45 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Noblesville, IN, USA. Shape: circle. Duration: 40+ minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object, changed color, aircraft nearby. Tornado-like weather in December. News stated something changed in the air that night, and actually Kentucky was hit instead. There are 2. The first video is actually on my TikTok. It's my personal account. The real videos are gone somehow. That happened in December. Then there is a second video from April 9th, 2022. These aren't lights and made up. This happened. At one point there were 2 and they were racing. I have really bad side effects when they are around. I get a loud buzz in my ear and it causes me to have seizure-like episodes. They come and go occasionally, then I look outside and there is one outside the window in our backyard. I am going to try and find the original videos because I sent them to friends after it had happened.
Occurred, the 13th of January 2022, 17 hours 45 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Noblesville, IN, USA. Location details, due south on Hazel Dell Parkway. Shape, light duration, a few seconds. No of observers. 3 characteristics, aura or haze around object. As we turned off of Highway 32 to go south on Hazel Dell Parkway, I noticed a shiny light in the sky. It was just one and seemed to have a shimmer about it. It did not look like any aircraft and it did not look like it was moving. I asked my 2 boys ages 9 and 5 if they see it also, and they did. We saw it for a few seconds, maybe 5 to 10, and as we crossed the Midland Trail and went under the crossarm for the flashing light, the object was gone. It just disappeared. We were watching it and it just wasn't there. It looked like it was a long way down Hazel Dell and not close to where we were.
Occurred, the 26th of July 2023, 15 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Noblesville, in, USA. Location details, on the border of Noblesville and Fishers near a water tower. Shape, disk duration, about 1 minute. No of observers. 0 characteristics, aura or haze around object. There was a disc-shaped smooth white aircraft of some sort hovering in the air. It was definitely not a cloud. I was driving back from work when I looked into the sky and noticed a perfectly round white disc of some sort hovering in the sky. It was colored sort of silver and like the clouds, but it was smooth and definitely not a cloud. It moved relatively fast, and when I drove past a tree line it disappeared.
Occurred, the 8th of July 1999, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Sheridan, in, USA. Shape, triangle duration, 10 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics, lights on object. The object was 20 feet above us in the shape of a triangle with red, white, and blue lights on the tips of it. The object was about 20 feet above the ground. It kept pace with our car for about 5 miles, then went into the sky and turned into a flickering light. There were 3 lights on the tips of the object, 1 red, 1 blue, 1 white. No sound ever came from the object. Disappeared when we came to a commercial district. Possible car behind us. Possible light on top of object.
Occurred, the 21st of March 2005, 20 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Sheridan, in, USA. Shape, chevron duration, 30 seconds. No of observers. 2 characteristics, lights on object, emitted other objects, aircraft nearby. A moving array of white lights illuminating sequentially. While driving northwest on Highway 38, 2 miles southeast of Sheridan, Indiana, at exactly 8:30 p.m. Est, my girlfriend and I noticed a streaking white light shooting almost straight down. It was visible only briefly and left no trail as would a meteor. Within a few seconds, a bright white light appeared to the right and above where we saw the first light. Momentarily, another white light appeared to the right of the first one, some distance from it. Sequentially, a third light appeared equidistant from the second light, to the right, and then a fourth. As the fourth light came on, the first light went out. A fifth light came on and then the second light went out. The distance between the lights and the angle the array created would suggest a chevron shape. We stopped the car, got out to observe, but by then they had all vanished. We could not determine the altitude of the object, S, and I'm guessing it to be 2,000 to 3,000 feet due to the partly cloudy skies. It did appear to be moving slowly from the west to the east. We didn't have enough time to determine if the object blocked out any stars or clouds and couldn't determine its general shape, other than that of being not quite straight across.
Occurred, the 29th of March 2009, 9 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Sheridan, in, USA. Shape, flash duration, 5 seconds. No of observers. 2 extremely bright pulses of white light followed by brief sound of a loud charge like you used to hear in the old Frankenstein movies. No transformer problems, no surge in my computer that I was on. No electrical surge in the house, no fire sirens in our small town going off. Our dog wanted immediately out, so we let him out in the yard, and he stopped dead in the center of our yard and looked straight up into the sky for several minutes with his head turning as if to follow something. It was a cloudy, cold day, so nothing was visible except the intense flash of light that was piercing.